Well, first intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
Aw, emotional support bits received. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
All right, fam, let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, everybody. It is so good to see you all. Welcome in. Sarge, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rico, welcome. Shadow, welcome. Ferret, it is good to see you, love. Welcome in. Sis, welcome, welcome. I think I've got everybody so far. I hope everybody's having a great day. Oh, fam, hang on one second. There's one thing I've got to fix in my bot real quick. This is easy, but I'm not going to be able to see YouTube chat if I don't do this. So give me 1 second. Got everything else done. Forgot to switch my bot over to the right YouTube channel, though. We're broadcasting to the right channel, though. Just not connected to the right one. So I'll fix this real quick. There we go. There we go. Somehow when I wasn't first, I was first. So that's a little odd. Depends on how quickly somebody talks after the stream starts, though. Sometimes it takes the bot a few seconds or a couple of minutes, up to a couple of minutes to hook in. It has to register that the stream has actually started. And because I'm playing around with some additional settings, things might have gotten a little bit wonky there. On your end, by the way, fam, do you see all the quality settings or is it starting you at 720p? Not that there's much we can do about it today.
That's what they said.
But I'll be able to fix that going forward. That's on Twitch's side, by the way. It's showing 720 is the maximum. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. They're trying to save themselves as much bandwidth as possible. Understandable. I know that bandwidth is expensive. I get it. No shade there. But yeah, I've noticed that too. YouTube does the same thing. Starts you out at either 360 or 480 most of the time, and you've got to move it up. Or especially if you have it set to auto. 720 is a max. I'm like, why does that picture look so fuzzy to me? And then I boost it up to 1440. It's like, oh, there we go. What's happening, fam, is in reality, the top level of the top transcoding you should be getting right now from this stream is 1440. And I experimented a little bit today and I tried to boost the bit rate because during most of the streams, actually, 5500 is a good bit rate to have because we don't have tons of motion, so we can get away with that. But when Friday stream happened, especially at 1440, it needed more bandwidth. Now, here's where I run into some issues with Twitch, okay? Out of all the services I could be live streaming to right now, only one of them has me limited to how much bit rate I can send through. Do you want to guess who that is? So what's happening is, even though I'm sending it in at 1440, that should be your top level, fam. Even though I'm sending it at 1440, 60, and I'm using additional bandwidth for that to make that happen, Twitch is only registering 720. So what this means right now is anytime I go over 6,000 with Twitch, it's going to cut me down to just the transcoding. So it'll start us at 720. So we'll need to know this going forward. What might have to happen is anytime we go to a more action-based stream, like Agents of Chaos and all that, anytime we're doing gameplay, I might have to forego streaming to Twitch with that. We might have to just go to YouTube or something like that for that one. Because it's going to fight me in the multi-streaming. I can't mess around with that anymore. The only way, and this is what I wanted to double check too. I did read up on this already. The only way that you're supposed to be able to get it as a partner or an affiliate, which we are, is you go through OBS and use their special encoding. Here's the problem with that. Here's the big problem with that, okay? Not only is it going to use all of the bandwidth you give it for 1440p, it's going to ask for additional bandwidth from you for all of the other transcoding. Getting you into monster amounts. Twitch alone would ask you for 20. Alone would ask you for 20. Now, if your service is sending it out the same all the way across, then you're only using 20 altogether for everything. But that's a lot of bandwidth to ask for to get 1440. I understand you got to have it up like around 12 to 14. But asking for that and then asking for all that additional bandwidth from the streamers on top of it so that we're handling all the transcoding and Twitch is not really going to work. A lot of people are not going to be able to stream like that. Even with as advanced as our setup is here, that's asking for a bit. 20 is a lot of bandwidth to upload to, for sure. Well, Rico, I could do that, but there are lessons that there are rules we have to follow. When multi-streaming, I have to stream at the same, and this is all Twitch, by the way, okay? The other services, fam, don't give a they really don't care. Twitch is the only one that really does. As long as you're playing by general courtesy rules and all that, nobody else cares about this. Only Twitch does. Only Twitch right now. That's something you need to understand. So what happens is Twitch tells me I can't, even though I don't really have the option to stream at 1440p correctly, Twitch tells me that if I'm streaming 1440p to YouTube, I also have to do it with Twitch. So I can't just not send that to Twitch and say you're only getting 720p Twitch. It doesn't work. And honestly, Rico, the way the software works, if I'm spending 12,000 bit rate to send it, I'm using 12,000 bit rate once, and it's going out all over, not multiple places. That makes it a lot easier. I wish I could do that, but that's against the rules. Rules that they have been enforcing, by the way. I know a lot of people have been like, just do it. They don't care. Yes, they do. There was just a round of temporary suspensions from Twitch that went through, where they went through from people breaking the multi-streaming rules. All different kinds. And it didn't matter how big or small of a creator you were, you got hit. We call that, in professional circles, sending a message. I'm looking forward to when I could get it at Enterprise. $100 down, $100 up is good, though, Sarge. That's really good. Oh, Ferret, yeah. What Twitch does, okay, and I'm not complaining about Twitch here, fam. I love Twitch. All right, but Twitch frustrates me because they do things like this all the time. They create a set of rules and then don't give you the capabilities you need to meet them. If I am willing to stream at 1440p, but below 6,000 bits, I'm good. I'm good. But if I don't, if I use the bandwidth that's actually necessary, and I'm glad I tested this today, okay? If I use the bandwidth that's actually necessary, we don't even get 1080 on Twitch. We get 720. It's like the only thing that kicks in is the transcoding. Shadow, yeah, TikTok is their own mess right now. There's a reason I actually looked at streaming over there. There's a reason I'm not streaming over there. They're a mess. They really are. My experiences with TikTok have not been the greatest. A lot of wonderful creators over there, a lot of great content. But TikTok functions in spite of itself, not because it does the right things. There's a lot of issues over there. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of creators that just leave because shadow bans, accounts that they work to build up to massive proportions, and then there's some technical glitch and suddenly the channel is gone. And TikTok's bots are garbage. They are absolute garbage. The bots that they have that use to scan the content and all that to make sure they're doing the right thing or not doing the right thing makes mistakes constantly. I can't tell you how many times I've been on TikTok and I've watched a creator video where they're pleading with their community to now move over to this other channel because this channel they had 60,000, 100,000, up to 1 million subscribers on. And because of some little thing they said or some accidental thing they put in a title that the bot misread, they wiped the account. I think my favorite one was he was in his, I think, early 30s, but made a comment about how he was talking to his inner child. And as soon as he made that, I can't remember exactly how he phrased the title, but from that title, his whole account was gone. He put in a request for review, and they're supposed to look at it within 30 days, because if they don't, the account just goes poof and disappears completely. Not a single human looked at it. I am not going to put a lot of work into a platform and have that happen. And if it was a once in a while thing or an isolated incident, that would be one thing, but it happens a lot. And TikTok brushes it away like they don't even care about it. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Politics and all the other craziness that's going on with TikTok aside, like, there's too much from a creator side that bothers me about that platform. And I can have just as much fun, probably more, with YouTube Shorts anyway. If I wanted to splurge, I go $250 to get 700 at 700. That would be awesome. Cappy Ohm, oh my gosh, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, Shadow, if you've got content going somewhere, and I say this to people all the time, I have to talk from a place of personal experience here. All right, if you've got something really good going, don't ever let me sour you on what you're working on. Okay, that's not the point. All I can ever do is talk about why I don't jump into certain platforms or do certain things. And again, that's why. But any platform that does that to their creators and really treats their creators like, I don't know what word I want to use here. Do I want to actually use the words cannon fodder? Because like they'll take popular creators and they're just gone. But I'm sorry, if you're going to treat your creators like that, no. That's really risky from a creator standpoint. Not to mention the shadow bans, all the other things that can go on with your content, and lack of information is a big problem. And when you have no idea why your video didn't do well, outside of the fact that a bot came along and picked it up and thought there was something wrong with it when there wasn't, that's also problematic. I had a couple of videos that I could tell had been shadow banned. You can always tell when it happens, by the way. I could tell they had been shadow banned. There was no reason for it. No mature gameplay, no mature topics covered, anything like that. It should have just been, just cruised right along. Nope. And then I had another video do the same thing. So I can speak from experience with that. I can only imagine spending a lot of effort and time into making a video for TikTok and then having something like that happen too. And I know that all services shadow ban, by the way, fam. All services do that. TikTok just doesn't have its act together. That needs to be said. Cappy, hope you're doing all right. Good. It is really good to see you. Oh, they're going to shut down. Oh, okay. I don't have anything good going on there. Not making anything over on TikTok money or community. YouTube shadow. There's a reason I'm focusing over there. Going back to YouTube for us was the result of a lot of homework on my part. YouTube, and make sure that whatever content you put on your channel stays on topic. If you want to create additional content, which you can, by the way, if you want to create additional content that has a different solid theme or something like that, create an additional brand account. Even though all of our projects are linked, I have one separate YouTube channel for DICR, one separate channel for the game dev, which is Damage Industries, and then, of course, we have the Standard Damage channel for all of the Agents of Chaos shenanigans. And that's permanent. I was going to create a fourth channel. I decided to move that content into Agents of Chaos. I might still have a fourth personal channel, but that's just for experiments. If that becomes anything, I'll let you guys know. But I think I've got, in terms of like what I'm going to put out there, I think the 3 channels will keep me plenty busy. Ferret, they do. They do. Which is one of the big problems. Here's the first service that I know of that used AI bots to start scanning everything was Google. YouTube gets so much content uploaded to it, it has to rely on scanning systems in order to make that work. That and user feedback. Now, the nice thing about YouTube is that they have enough staff that if somebody flags something, a human being can come along and look at it and either put the video back into the status it should be or get rid of it if there really is a problem. If you put in appeals, human beings usually do look at them. Usually. YouTube has gotten much better over the years. They had their rough patch already. They got over it. They do a really good job. Twitch has gotten better over the years again, but they're still with Twitch. Here's where Twitch still has a little bit of an issue. Twitch had what I used to call like an error, and I mean as an entity in and of itself, okay? Had a little bit of what I called arrogance. Meaning that if you wanted to live stream, this was the place to go. This had all the tools. It didn't matter really whether or not you had natural discovery on the platform because everybody else just went to wherever they needed to go to promote, whether it was Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and it would just go that way. That's simple, okay? And that was accepted. That was the way it was. What happened was the landscape changed, and it started really when YouTube really started pushing into the live streaming space. When they thought that there was more to be gained there. So now all of a sudden, Twitch isn't the only game in town anymore. And then Kick comes along. And TikTok joins in. And now all of a sudden you have all these other live services. The problems come in when a live streaming service puts so many rules in place that it becomes undesirable to be there. So a lot of what I was talking about earlier on about how I have to still put 1440p up to Twitch, even though we're not getting it right now. Because by their own rules, I can't send above a certain bit rate. Like that's what I talk about. You know, none of the other services care, by the way, if Twitch chat is up on the screen. Twitch cares if other services chat is up there. Anytime you clamp things down and tell creators that they can't talk about all the different places they are, you lose ground with creators because you're limiting them. And we do not, as creators, we do not live in a world anymore. We really don't. Where we can just be in one place. We have to be in several. People aren't going to come into our bubbles a lot. We're going to have to push into theirs. We have to go where they're going to be. And that's really the whole idea. One for work, one for goofing off, one for making games, yeah. Yep, YouTube is annoying me. I'm seeing a lot of AI videos impersonating people. Directing people to fake sites. They're actually, Sarge, they're going after them, by the way. They changed their monetization rules, or I should say they clarified them to make sure that people understood that if you're making straight up AI videos like that, you can't monetize it or otherwise. A lot of it is about trying to get attention and trying to steer political views and all that craziness. Once you train the algorithm that you don't want to watch that stuff, actually, here's a good way to do it, Sarge. Seriously. And here's a feature that not enough people employ. If you're giving thumbs down to a lot of a certain type of video and YouTube is still trying to show you that, the algorithm is, because there's so much of it out there right now, start going into individual videos, press the 3 dots to get that little extra menu, and say, I don't want to see any video from this creator anymore. What that does is, number one, that shuts that particular site down, but it also tells the algorithm, I don't like content like this. I don't want to see this. Now, what this does is this helps fix the problem 2 ways. Number one, it helps fix it for yourself because now the algorithm knows this is the kind of stuff you don't like. The second part of it, though, is that every time something like that comes up, it's one more voice in the chorus of, I don't want to watch video that was AI created from start to finish. And YouTube's already onto that, by the way. They actually want a lot of that stuff off of there. AI assisted, AI as part of it or whatever, that's very, very different. That's very different. But a lot of the stuff like what you're talking about, Sarge, yeah. They'd like to see that gone completely. You gotta be where the people are. Exactly. Kira, how are you, love? Kira, did you see the push? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to drop a note in there. I got it done just before the stream Friday night. So I don't know if you had a chance to get in there and try it out yet or not, but there is a new push for the game in there. Oh, you mean, AI commercials on YouTube? It's not the videos. Oh, the commercials you're talking about. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. No rush, Kara. No rush. You've got time. But I figured you'd want to see it. I got to tell Elfie. Elfie was able to stop in on Friday, and I caught her when she was stopping in, so I was able to tell her. but I didn't get a chance to drop a note in there. But I was pushing to have it before I was done on Friday so you all could have it for the weekend. The commercials are, you know what they did? You know what's happening with a lot of commercials, by the way, with the AI? They're trying to imitate commercials like you would see in short form video on like YouTube or TikTok or otherwise. And as many of us here have discussed, that type of commercial is really bad. The instant I see that, I instantly tune it out. But a lot of television advertising and all that now, they're actually experimenting with that to see if people will respond to those ads. They're even using the AI, like the typical AI voices and all that. It cracks me up. Absolutely cracks me up. That's not just on YouTube. That's all over the place right now. Even on regular TV, we're seeing those commercials. You're hoping it will go away and it starts popping up more places. Oh, Kira, nice. Very, very nice. Enrico, I'm glad you like the new merch. Getting on to a lighter topic. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And fam, again, this isn't a big complaint session or anything like that. I'm just letting you know where the obstacles are. And if I make certain decisions up the road, you'll have better insights as to why I make them. Even though I will always try to explain my best. But this little hamster wheel right now that Twitch kind of has going between its rules and its technical capabilities, they need to straighten that out. They need to fix that. For sure. Fam, what we're going to be doing today, by the way, here's the great news, okay? Let's get on to the good stuff. The great news is, today, originally, I was going to go through all of our folders with you and sort out all of the music that we have on Sudo. Hopefully play some songs, get things broken apart in terms of these are the songs we want to rework. These are the ones we're going to just toss away. Here's songs that we maybe want to hang on to up the road, but we're not going to put them anywhere right now. And what I did yesterday, fam, was I actually went in and took a look at all of that and decided that would make for a really boring stream. So the good news is it's already done. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get right into the fun stuff. We're going to take one of the songs, and I felt like this was the most appropriate way to handle today. We're going to take one of the songs and rewrite it. But when we rewrite it, especially if it's a song that I've done the original lyrics for, which is the case here, we're going to write it into at least 3 different styles. We're going to have a trance version, which we'll use on community days and all that. We will have a synthwave version, which is what we'll play during Stanton Sessions. And then we will also create a version to play during Agents of Chaos, which will be Electro-Swing. Now, not every song is going to get this royal treatment, but anytime, again, I write original lyrics for something and then work with the AI to get it all phrased out and everything, we're going to do that. Part of the one of the cool things about this particular experiment is that what we're going to actually do is we've written the lyrics differently, slightly, for each song to keep it in a cadence that works for swing. We've been trying a lot of different keys, and we're going to use, in some cases, we're going to use the same modal for everything. Sometimes we will break that up depending on what we're trying to accomplish. What happened to that? Yes, where it was fun. Kira, I don't know what to say. Got replaced with the voice of Ghostface in about 80 different videos. So that's where we're at, fam. That is where we're at. I'm not sure right now how far behind we are right now. Oh, it's showing an unstable connection now too. Let me check on my side, fam. Let me see if things are stable on my side. And yeah, YouTube is fine now too. Okay, awesome. All right, here we go. So, fam, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump over to this other screen here real quick. Now, what I've done, fam, is basically I've left the lyrics and the prompts up on the left side so that you all can read them a little bit easier. On the right side is pseudo and what we are going to drop in. Now, because we always have to wait for processing, what I'm going to do at the beginning of these streams from now on, if I could remember to do this, is we'll go in and we'll already have versions ready to go. But what I want to play for you first is the version of the song we are reworking. Let me see if I can. Carrie Ann's unsolicited doc pics. Get your wood wet. Indeed. Indeed. Carrie Ann, love, how are you? Sup? Oh my gosh. Work can have a variable signal. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. All right, so fam, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play you just a little bit of the song that we are replacing first. Not the whole song, just a part of it. Okay, this is the song we're replacing.
Where do you go when the nights are long, when the darkness creeps so strong? Where do you go when no one is there and no one seems to care? Look around you, surrounded by love. We are with you when push comes to shove. We're more than friends, very easy to see. We chose our own family. You were there for me when I was down, held my hand when no one was around, pull me up when I started to drown. Yeah, you're the ones that I hold so close. You're the family I chose.
Okay, fam. Now that'll give you a good idea of where the song was going, what it sounded like. Now that was done in version 4 of the engine, by the way. It was 4 or 4.5. I believe it was 4 though. So you don't get those dynamics. Furthermore, there wasn't a lot of prompting and all that. We didn't really know about a lot of that back then. So there were a lot of beats that we missed. Move forward. Now we're going to try a new progressive trance track style. But I wanted to make sure that we kept it in a loving way. Let me see here real quick. University of Minnesota is testing a new device, a mix of 3D printing and biology. Oh, reversing spinal damage. Nice. Very nice. And Carrie Ann Love, yes, I have been behaving myself, or at least trying to. We're rewriting our Love's anthem song.
Pineapples.
So, here is version 1, fam. Now, this one I forgot to put in the guide rails. So there are usually styles to avoid we put in with these. I forgot to do it with these ones. But I will cover the prompts and all that in a minute. But I want to hear the difference. And all 3 of these songs, fam, this is my first time hearing each one. So we'll see how these turn out.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows go, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, see the light we share. You are never alone. We are there. Look around you. We are the light. We stand together. Hearts ignite. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our
There it is.
You were there for me when I was down. Held my hand, turn it all around. Pull me up.
Kitty Cat Claus, welcome in.
Turn checked in. Time to lock another casualty. I mean, success story.
Here to stay. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, safe and sound. We'll rise as one, the crowd aflame. Together we'll never be the same. Look around you. We are the light. We stand together. Hearts ignite. Hands in the air. It's plain to see. We chose our
Kitty Cat Claus, I'll catch right back up with you after the song. Hang tight. This is our first lesson on this one. I love you too, sweetheart. We'll see you soon. Not bad. Not bad. We've got 2 other versions to listen to, and we will, but that's not too bad. Don't know if it quite hit the sweet spot I was hoping it would, but carry on, love. Much love. We'll see you in a bit. Oh, my gosh. So, Kitty Cat Claus, how have you been? It is good. It is good, sis. I don't think it's it, though. Definitely a massive step in the right direction, though, especially from what the song was versus what we can do with it with Suno now. Oh, yeah. Big move and getting settled. Doing good. Kitty Cat Claus doing good. On the new schedule now. Just converted the streams over to Meld, having a couple of little technical issues there, but it's not so much about Meld as it is about, we were talking about it earlier in the stream, about Twitch rules and how they employ certain things and yada, yada, yada. So that song is The Way You Feel. It was meant to be a reflection of the way I feel. These are all original lyrics. These are all original lyrics. Sat down with the AI to recraft a couple of lines so it would fit a particular genre, but that's about as far as that goes. That's why I wanted to use this one today, because this one's all me. It really was. And it was meant to be very much a love song from me to the community. So I thought it would be a perfect place for this to start. When you look, fam, by the way, and I'll show you this real quick, too. I'm going to jump back out to be reworked. Let me see if I can pull the song up or not. Maybe not. What I was hoping to do, fam. Oh, there we go. Fam, what you see on the right side of the screen right now, that was the original prompts. At that point, I didn't drop in any kind of special directions for the lyrics. There was no prompting whatsoever. I didn't tell it where the bridge was. I didn't tell it where the verses were, anything like that. Because I didn't know. But this is it. No prompting, no anything. When you compare it to what's on the left side of the screen, night and day difference. Even the description, the only description I gave it, progressive trance, atmospheric, Dolby Atmos, epic, and moving. That was all I put. Compare that to what we do now. Now that same prompt is epic progressive trance in A minor Aeolian at 138 beats per minute, long atmospheric intro with evolving pads, airy plucks, and filtered arpeggios. Kick fades in with side chained bass and subtle percussion. Verse supported by shimmering synth layers and deep reverb. And it goes on and on and on. I've gotten to the point with the style prompts that I dropped those into Suno. I asked Suno to rework it into what it understands. It barely changes anything, if anything at all, which has been really fun. I haven't loved that. Something I haven't experimented with, like asking it to change key mid-piece. That I have not done yet. I wonder if there's you know what? We might experiment with that today. We've started getting duets. Can we get key changes midstream? I bet we could. I bet we could. If we put a prompt in the lyrics and said key change to X for this verse or whatever, get a chance to go from being A sharp to B flat. All right, Gabby, take care. We'll see you later on. All right. So, fam, let me see. Where are we at time-wise? We've got enough time to hear another song before the commercials kick in, so we're going to do that. Let me get back to where we were for starters. Now, let's see if out of these other two we get one. We've got enough time. Get one that's it. Here is version 2 of Love's Theme, the progressive version. And fam, by the way, we will be trying out a melodic. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on a sec, fam. Let's let the AI work while we listen.
In a village where silence is sacred.
There we go. Okay. This will be the same thing, only melodic trance,
Drop the bass.
which might work a little bit better. Oh, I see what's going on. Give me 1 sec here, fam. There we go. Okay, let me drop this back in up here because I wasn't copying and pasting properly. And this way, fam. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought this was going to be a little bit different. Let me just break this down real quick.
Bob's the house that don't stop. Front porch rises with a midnight drop. Windows
There we go.
no plans to stop.
Relatively the same. A couple of minor lyric changes, fam, just to fit the style. Melodic progressive trance. And melodic progressive trance? Oh, actually, let's see. That was an error. Because we just want straight up melodic trance for that. Fam, what I always do, weirdness, I keep that somewhere between 50 and 70. Gives the AI a little bit more creative freedom when you do that. Style influence. If you crank that all the way up to 100, as I've talked about before, that really locks it in. But generally speaking, you don't want to do that. You want to leave the AI a little bit, again, of creative freedom. So if it needs to fill something in, change something you dropped in because it's going to make more sense or whatever, it can do that. Don't leave it a lot of breathing room. You want what you've written, okay? But leave it a little bit because sometimes it needs to do things on the fly. And sometimes it's just going to simply misunderstand what you put in, and it needs that creative freedom to fill in the gaps. I love how Bob the House Don't Drop is playing in the background right now too. So fam, what I'll do is when we go to play these other two, these two can be simmering and cooking, and then when we go to listen to those two, we can start working on the Stanton Sessions version. So
Look upon the hilltop, standing straight and
Fort Providence has just released a mandatory evacuation order. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sarge, if that becomes the case, please let us know. Please let us know. If there's anything that interrupts the meeting tonight or anything like that, again, just let us know. Oh, Freaker, I set mine. Freaker, how are you, by the way? I set mine to 98% for a song. There's so much difference even then. It's like, how much breathing room, Freaker, are we going to give it? All right, fam. Here's what we're going to do. Ads are about to pop up on Twitch. All right, so what we do is every hour we use this as a chance to take a really quick break. Ads are going to run for 3 minutes. I'm going to use it as an opportunity to go grab a little bit more to drink, as well as use it as an opportunity to stretch my legs. When the 3 minutes are done, we're going to come back and we're going to jump right in. We're going to listen to the other two progressive trance versions, and we're going to listen to the melodic trance versions as well, and see if we can come up with one that is truly it for the trance version. Then we move into synthwave. Everybody, please don't go away.
shy. I've got wonders for your eyes. From the lab to the dance floor, we'll get those baddies to fry. Twist the dial, hit ignite. We'll go boom by candlelight. Welcome to my grand debut where chaos feels just right. Here's a blender with a jetpack, goggles that can fry an egg. A T-set wired to moonlight as a shortwave pirate rig. Sesh is in my Pip-Boy, rolling eyes at every try. Battles ducking under tables, he's not built to fly this high. It's mad science in 4/4 time. With a horn line sharper than a power line. If it smokes, if it sparks, then it's probably mine. Step back, hold tight, it's Experience 69. A toaster with ambition, it now believes it's king. A vacuum that composes jazz while it cleans up everything. Squirrels chasing schematics round the rafters with a net. If she finds the right blueprint, we'll get it together, yeah. It's mad science in 4/4 time, with a horn line sharper than a power line. If it smokes, if it sparks, then it's probably mine. Step back, hold tight, it's experiment 69.
All right, fam. Ads are done. Welcome back.
Now the Bunsen burners swing and the Tesla coils sing. Static crackles through the crowd. Hear that lab bell ring.
Will confetti cannon theory
There we go. Okay. All right, fam. We're going to jump right in and listen to the other two versions of Love's Theme. These are the melodic trance versions. Or not. Sorry. Progressive trance versions. Melodic trance will be after that. And once we start listening to those, then we'll start working out the Stanton Sense version. But we want to make sure we find a version that's going to work for what we're trying to accomplish first. I love the first version we listened to. It's not quite the spot. When a song plays that really hits that sweet spot, you know it. That got close, but not quite where we want to be. So we've got two more to listen to. Here's version 2. Like the start.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull and the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, see the light we share. You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, we are the light. We stand together, hearts ignite. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family. You were there for me when I was down. Held my hand, turned it all around. Pulled me up when I lost my way. Family I chose, here to stay. Family I chose, here to stay. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, safe and sound. We'll rise as one to crowd the flame.
Sort of, God. You are.
We'll never be the same. Look around you, we are the light. We stand together, hearts ignite. Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own family.
We'll have more to talk about in a second, Gun. Hang tight. First listen on this one.
Family I chose here to stay.
That might be it. That might be it. We've got 3 other versions to listen to, but wow, I think the bar just got set, fam. I think it absolutely just got set. Let me get my lights back up here now that we're done listening. And let's get some background music while I catch up with Gun. It's not necessarily a PLUR prep session. When actual PLUR happens, Gun, you'll see that under Just Chatting. But that's a little ways off. What we do now every Sunday and Thursday is we jump into Pseudo and we write music. All original lyrics and all that. We let the AI help us with the music creation side of it, but we really have been working to develop a way to craft it. It's gotten to the point now where Suno has become a whole lot more session musician and producer, and we're doing all the writing for it. Telling it how we want the song crafted, what we want in certain areas, what keys, what modals, that kind of thing. But Gun, very much to the point, the reason why I'm so excited to talk to you about this is that the music we are creating is what is going to go in the background of the new PLUR.
And it costs too much. Science is chaos, art and flame. Science is logic.
Oh, this one stays no matter what. Even if it falls into the experiment category, sis, it won't get deleted. This one will stay. This is probably the song. We'll listen to the other 2 and see what we get, or the other 3, I mean. But oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Gun, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also back to streaming 5 days again. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we stream from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. And then we stream Agents of Chaos every Friday night. That's us playing games and goofing around, usually 76. And that's on Friday nights from 6 to 9. Thursdays, by the way, I'm not here. Stanton is in my stead. One of the cyber companions. And on Friday nights, it's usually Richard. Sometimes Sass will make an appearance too, though. So, Gun, now that I'm done exhausting my breath on all that, how have you been? It's been a hot second since I've had a chance to talk with you. I hope all's good with you. The last 4 years have been very hard for me, but I've definitely felt the love here. Oh, Ferret. That is wonderful, and thank you for the kind words, love. Again, this is what this song is meant to reflect. I want it, and that's why it has to hit the sweet spot, whether it's a progressive trance or a melodic trance or whichever way it ends up going. But again, the idea is we'll have, every time we take the time to really write lyrics out, write the song, craft it and all that, we're going to do 3 different versions. So we can always have a version to listen to depending on what's going on. Synthwave for stand sessions, Trance for what we usually do, and then of course an Electro-Swing for when Richard's on camera. Doing well. Friday we finally released our project to the public that I've been working on for the past 3 years. Hopefully it takes a bit of the oh, nice. Gun, very nice. How is it going so far? Well received? Some of the typical hiccups when you first launch project? That is great news, though. No complaints yet? That's a win. That's a win. Fam, okay. Since we're technically between songs before that next song starts, let's listen to the next version of Love's Theme. This is the other progressive trance version. And now that we've had a chance to clean the sound out of our ears a little bit, let's see if this one is better, worse, or about the same. Ooh. Wow. What we just got is a great song with no lyrics. I can tell by where it's gone already. I'm going to try to forward a bit farther into the song to see, but I think it just completely skipped over the lyrics. And sometimes it does this, fam. Happy accident, maybe. I'll tell you what, though. If it ends up, I'm going to let it keep playing. If it ends up being a really good, just general trance tune, we'll add it to the backgrounds and all that, but just won't use it in any playlists or anything. Let's see what the rest of it sounds like.
Where do you run when the night feels long?
I was wrong.
When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, see the light we share. You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, we are the light. We stand together, hearts ignite. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family. You were there for me when I was down, held
It's good. Not as good as the first one, though. What it did is it took Family I Chose and really drew it out throughout the song. And it feels a bit like it stretched it a little too much. It's almost like listening to a club version of a trance mix. I'm not saying the song is bad. It's not bad. It's actually really good. But it is not, again, it doesn't have the same feel as the first one. So what I'm going to do, though, because it is a complete song, and I do like taking, when we get two good versions or multiple good versions of a song, I like taking the other ones we're not going to use and publishing those to Suno right away. And this is going to be one of those songs that very much falls into that category. So I'm going to take this particular one. I am going to go ahead and publish it right now. We'll call it a Suno version, which is what we usually do. Okay, and let me just check and make sure. That's another one that actually can get pinned to the profile. And then for the image, we'll just generate a quick image for this too. All I put in there, fam, was Neon Family just to see what it'll give us. I don't like that image that I tried to give us. I'm going to try something else here. I will say this, fam. For as fantastic as the song generating AI is, the image generator they use is not the greatest. I'll go with this for now. And fam, that one will be published on the page. So you can see the prompts and you can see the results. Because that's another one that even though it's a song, we're not going to use that version. The song itself is another great example of how you can use the prompts and all that and how you can craft things into music properly. This one as well, what I'm going to do is I will move this over to the experiments. Just want to drop this into a different, or publish on Suno. There we go. There we go. All right. Fam, now that second version that we listened to is still the version. Let me see. Wait a minute. Do I need to refresh this? Okay. Nope, we're doing good. All right, so this one. Okay, now the next two versions we got were a bit longer. It's a very similar prompt, a little bit of a lyric rewrite just to make sure the cadence was appropriate. We also switched it over to melodic trance, which does give it a different flavor for sure. You'll hear it. You should anyway. And just changed up the prompts a little bit. It's going to have a similar flavor. I did keep the female vocals in there and all that to make sure that that stays the same. So, Grethar, you're vibing at work. Grethar, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, fam. Here is the first version. of melodic trance for Love's Theme. Let's see what we got.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, see the light we share. You are never alone. We are there. Look around you. We are the Lee I chose. We are the Lee I chose. We are the Lee I chose. Family I chose. Family I chose. We are the Lee I chose.
Holy F, everybody. Holy, holy, holy. I was not expecting that. And now, fam, I'm going to take a second to point a couple things out to you real quick. That the prompts for melodic trance picked up, that the progressive versions did not. And that's why I was bopping all over the place in here, because it finally picked up on some of the experimental prompts that I was trying to drop in and get it to pick up on. And here was the big difference, fam. And this is what is making this the version right now. Okay, some of the things that I put in, and these were in the progressive trance versions too, but it didn't pick them up. Okay, where it was bouncing between female solo and female duo. But then when you get out to the chorus, it's supposed to be a full female chorus. This is the first version that picked up on that. Beyond that, though, there was something else it did that I've never gotten it to do before. On the second, basically during the drop, okay, in the prompts I have, and this was in the progressive versions too, I have female solo, driving kick, rolling bass, strings and synths layered with vocal chops, repeating family I chose. That whole stuttering that you heard, that's a vocal chop. That's what that is. It's the first time I've ever gotten Suno to pick that up. And trust me, I have tried before, because that's a great effect. It's a great effect. Usually takes several tries to get, yeah, it depends. Freaker, it depends. Sometimes it nails it out of the gate. It's not often, though. I agree. Usually I do, and I know we've talked about this on stream before. Normally we do like 4 to 6 versions before we get the one we really, really like. That's usually what it takes. There have been streams where I thought we had it on maybe the second pass, and I'll actually go back and rerun it a second time, and we end up with the same thing, or end up with something better, I mean. So, yeah. Yep. It's a matter of getting the AI to interpret what you're trying to drop in. But that's why I use such robust prompts now, is because I want it to pick up on all this. And Suno does a much better job now than it used to of picking that stuff up. For sure. For sure. But this version right now is very much the one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the name of this just so I don't lose track of it. All of the versions of this have been fantastic. And I'll probably end up publishing all of them so you can look at them and check out the prompts and hear what the results were. And we don't want to lose these songs anyway. But this one in particular, for something I want to be an anthem and something that I'm going to be doing PLUR to, oh, hell yes. Grether, yes, we are actually. Well, to a degree. Grether, what I do is I go in, I write all of the lyrics myself first. No AI assistance, none of that. Okay? It's my poetry, bottom line. Then what I do is I go in and start a conversation with ChatGPT is what I usually use. But I start a conversation with the AI and say, here are my lyrics. This is the kind of song I'm going for. Would you mind helping me with a little bit of a rewrite if it needs it for cadence or otherwise? And what it will do, and you have to work with the AI. You've got to teach it what you want and what you want it to show you. So what the AI will do for me now is it'll put the lyrics in a certain cadence and then show me what it changed, if anything. A lot of times it will just rearrange my lyrics a little bit and get them into a different format. Change maybe a word or two, but that's about it. It's more about organization than anything else. Then what I do, and this is a product of working with both AIs for a while. What I do then is I have a template that I have the AI drop it into to help me get a style prompt, styles to avoid, and lyrics and lyric prompts based on what we're going for. Then I review all of that, usually end up making a whole bunch of changes because I want a song to go a certain way, and AI is not perfect. So I'll go through and I'll iron all that out. And then what I do is I have that sitting in a separate document ready to go so that when we stream, I can just drop the prompts in and we can watch the AI do its thing on the fly in front of us, is the idea. But Grethor, I'm sorry, that's a longer-winded answer to what you had asked, I know, but the answer is basically yes, but there's a lot of prep work ahead of time. I can't just jump in here and, I mean, I could, but then I'm not creating at that point. If I came in and just said, write me a song about popcorn, write me a melodic trance song about popcorn on a Tuesday, and it'll do it, and it might do a halfway decent job with it, but it wouldn't be ours at that point. We actually asked the AI to write a song about nuts. I'm actually hanging on to it for the game. Very basic prompt. We were just testing what it could do with barbershop. It was fantastic. So, Grethor, that's part of the plan. That's part of the plan. I have a lot of people making requests right now for that too. So I'm probably going to need to start making video tutorials and all that. Absolutely. Absolutely. This along with some other things. I've decided really to become an AI explorer and see where those boundaries and those limits actually are in terms of when does the art no longer become yours? When is it no longer a part of you? And that's the line I don't want to cross. But using AI like a tool, using it to help us create and do mock-ups, and it saves us just tons of time, especially with artwork. When I'm trying to get a good visual on the way I want something to look, AI is fantastic for doing mock-ups. And then when you get the mock-up you want, you download that image, you drop it into your graphic software, whatever it is you're using, and you can build it that way, but you've already got your visual. You've already worked that out, kind of thing. But that's, those are the kinds of examples. But when it comes to the music, a lot of work goes in before I bring it here. I think it would be kind of boring to watch. I can't talk now.
Ben's Tease. We'll give you a place to whack your ball.
Ben, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. So, Ben, you're doing good? Awesome. Awesome. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And again, it's about letting the AI be a partner and a tool rather than have it do all the work for you. I am very aware, by the way, of all the processes that I could set up if I wanted to, where the AI will automatically write a script for me, send a bunch of things over, have another AI create the video, blah, 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 blah. And every time that happens, you know it. You know it. If you're even not being a part of the process, if you go to YouTube and watch it, you know it. That isn't what I want. I want it to be the tool that it is intended to be, the partner that it's intended to be, not do all the work for me. That wouldn't be any fun anyway. Never mind the fact that I don't feel it would be right. I don't think it would be any fun either. Part of the fun is being able to sit here and create this with all of you. Write a song about you, and then let the AI put it to music. Let the AI be our studio session or be our session musician, and maybe our sound engineer for a little bit. So, but that particular song, fam, was just knock it out of the park. Let me do this real quick. Let me refresh this just so it's showing the right titles. Oh, it didn't save it. We'll try this again. I don't know why it didn't save it, but there we go. Now it should be the right song when we jump back. Perfect. All right, fam. We have one more version to listen to. Fam, something I want to let you all know, too, because I don't want to keep stopping the music and interrupting it, because a lot of times these are our first plays. So when you jump into stream or whatever midway through, what I've opted to do is I'm here, as you can see, but I'll keep chatting to you right through chat. And that way we don't have to interrupt the song we're listening to for the first time to be able to talk about it. So, fam, one last version to give a try to. The other versions have been Really great. That last one was the one, though. Let's see if this version's any better.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, see the light we share. You are never alone. We are there. Look around you. We are the light. We stand together. Hearts ignite. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family. You were there for me when I was down. Held my hand, turned it all around. Pulled me up when I lost my way. Family I chose, here to stay. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, safe and sound. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same. Look around you. We are the light. We stand together. Hearts ignite. Hands in the air. It's plain to see. We chose our own family. chose.
It's not bad. It's not, and it had about the time Grethor was saying this is an anthem right here. I was really beginning to agree with it. Here's my problem with that version. Problem one is that it's one solo voice really trying to push the sound. Like it missed all of the prompts I put in for a full chorus, for duos and duets, all of that. So it dropped all of that. It dropped the stuttering lyrics again that we wanted to put in, all of that. So it missed all of those dynamics. So it kept like the big swells and the drops and all that. So it did a great job there. But where it really dropped the ball, what makes the difference is how it handled the lyrics. The lyrics were not handled correctly, quite frankly. Again, good version. That one's probably going to get tanked because we've already got two other really great versions that we're going to use on top of the main version, by the way. So, fam, what I'm doing right now, let me see if I put this in the wrong spot. Oh, I did. Ah, rats. Okay, hang on. Now, fam, now that we have our consummate trance version, now we're going to work on the synthwave version. And I will now have the AI start working on the correct versions of this song right now, because the two versions I created before, as Alfie pointed out, I put the styles to avoid in the title, which was not the plan. And those versions won't have their guide rails, and it never turns out as good when you don't. As I have been learning. We just saw it again today, by the way, fam. The very first two versions of Love's Theme that we produced didn't have the guide rails on them, and they were nowhere near as good as the next two that came along. On the progressive trance side, not even close, so. I like the intro in the first verse. The last one, yeah. But no, because it built everything in. And that's the point. Like again, learning to craft these prompts, doing these things correctly. There's a reason we do all that. And I really hate it when it gets missed. I understand the engine has limitations. It's not going to pick up everything. But yeah, minimal beats, shimmering arpeggios, layered with synth leads, melodic lift. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I had. Oh, that's right. That's right. This one I was going to leave the voices up to the AI on it. That's why I don't have solo, duet, anything like that in there. Because this was more of a synthwave, which means less chorus, basically. Synergy, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, fam, we have actually produced already 4 synthwave versions. We already have our trance version. So we're good there. Actually, I'm going to move that over to on deck as well, just so I don't lose that. All right. So, fam, what we're going to listen to next is the first synthwave version of Love's Theme. Now, this is going to be, we're going to decide on another keeper within this genre because we're going to take at least 2 to 4 passes on this. See if we can find the version that really works. But this one's going to be for the Stanton sessions. Here is version 1.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, neon lights are near. You are never alone. We are here. Look around you. We're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, turn it all around. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same. Look around you, we're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night. Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own
Damn. The guitar solos, holy cow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Fam, what I'm going to do real quick is we're going to call this the power ballad version for right now. We're going to listen to the others. I have another version with these prompts, and then I modified the prompts slightly for 2 others. We'll listen to all 4. But that was a treat. That's a good one. Really happy with how that turned out. Okay. Let's see how the other versions stack up. Fam, using the same prompts and all that, do we have enough time? We do. We do. Fam, here's version 2 of the same prompt. Is it better, worse, or about the same? Smooth start.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, neon lights are near. You are never alone. We are here. Look around you. We're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night more than friends. It's destiny. We chose our own family.
All right. I'm not sure if anybody disagrees with me or not. I'm going to just take that version right out right now. I am already not happy. It's too smooth. It's too, I want to say, common synthwave-ish. And it certainly doesn't carry the emotion or the message that we want it to carry. Just way, it sounds like something that you'd see on a 80s, I don't know, B video or something like that. Like I mean, yeah, I'm not, no, here's the difference. And it took me a while to figure this out. A lot of what makes you think that Suno just knocked it out of the park versus when you think Suno phoned it in is how much emotion it puts into the song. And no matter how rich and vibrant I make the prompts, there are still times it just misses. It's okay. That's why we have credits and we can take multiple passes at things. But again, sometimes this just happens, and this was one of those. I'm going to go ahead, take that one out. The other one is still saved. Now, fam, I actually got to take these other two mistakes out of there, too. Those were complete mistakes on my part, especially now that we've got that version. Now, fam, here's what we are going to do. Ads are about to start. On the Twitch side, as always, we're going to take 3 minutes. Ads will run. While the ads are running, we're going to step away ourselves. I'm going to stretch my legs, grab a little bit of something to drink. When the ads are done, we will come right back. That way you don't miss anything. We're going to come right back, and we're going to try these other two versions of these songs. So everybody, please don't go away.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
When I felt weak, I looked for someone to make me strong, someone to hold me through the night so long. But you left me alone, and when I stood on my own, then you faded away, you faded away. Faded away. When I felt hungry, I looked for someone to feed my soul, someone to keep me warm and keep me from the cold. But you left me alone, and when I stood on my own, and you faded away, you faded away. You faded away. The journey's hard and it is cold. All I thought I needed was a hand to hold. But when you left, I could clearly see all I needed was inside of me. Now you're hungry, and now you're cold. But I've learned to face the dark all on my own. And when you look for me, you'll find yourself alone.
Kira, thank you so much for that resub. 37 months. Thank you so much for the continued support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome home, love. Welcome home. All right. Fam, let me go ahead and jump back up here on screen. Make sure my camera's in a good spot. It is. Wow. It actually worked properly. Excellent. I am now in a seated position for the rest of the stream. Give my legs a little bit of a break. But let's jump right out there, fam. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. That's why. Let's jump right back out there, fam. Now, we have actually 4 new songs up there to listen to. We've got 2 more to listen to that are in the synthwave category, although that first one we listened to is probably going to be it. We'll see what it came up with for these 2. With the next 2 that we're going to listen to, by the way, I actually made some slight modifications. I actually specified in each lyric prompt if I wanted a single male voice or a chorus of male voices. Also redid the main prompt a little bit. Let Suno just rephrase it slightly where it might recognize a little bit more of what we're trying to do. And we'll see if that turns out the way we wanted it to. On top of that, I already did 2 versions. They're actually relatively short, which I expected, but 2 electro-swing versions of the song as well, with a written scat section in there on top of it all. So we'll see how those turn out as well, but we'll take those one at a time. See, says the music is helping you not think of melting. The music is helping me not think about being cold. So we're in about the same spot. All right, fam. Here is version 1 of the Synthwave with the slightly different prompts. Okay, and again, all I did was specify to the engine, and we'll see how much of it picks up. Specify to the engine when I wanted a solo and when I wanted a duo or a chorus. Let's see how we did. Oh, there's the saxophone.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong. Lift your eyes, neon lights are near. You are never alone. We are here. Look around you. We're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, turn it all around. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same. Look around you, we're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night. Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own family.
Damn, that sax is on fire. Wow. You know, if we didn't have that other one, that would have taken it in an instant. That's really good. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? We are putting together, as you know, radio shows that are going to be put up on the YouTube channel as well, okay? That's going to be on the DICR channel, the new one. And what we'll do, one of the shows we're working on is Night Drive. And Little Sis is going to actually be hosting those. And we've decided that we want to take the music from Epidemic and replace it with the original music we create here in Suno. I think we just have our first track. So that'll be the version that goes on Night Drive. The other version we'll save for the stand sessions. However, we have one more version to listen to. And I really like what it's done when I added in those prompts. It did the prompts really, it handled the prompts really well. Added the solo voice when I wanted it, added the backups when I wanted it. Even though it was a bit more subtle. So now we're going to listen to one more Synthwave version, and then we're going to move on to the Electro-Swing versions. Let's see how this one turned out, fam. Enrico, yeah, we'll get him in the playlist. No worries. No worries. That's why I keep an on-deck list. The on-deck list is what I look at. It's like, do we need to publish this somewhere? Do we need to save it because we're saving it for the game or saving it for the YouTube channel? A lot of them end up in playlists, though, that you'll hear playing in the background of streams. And we'll always cycle in the newest music we create and cycle out the oldest. And once it's no longer on a playlist anywhere, we'll put it in a playlist where you can go listen to it if you want to, along with the old lyric prompts and everything for it. All right. The final Synthwave version of Love's Theme. Let's see what we've got.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong, lift your eyes, neon lights are near. You were never alone. We are here. Look around you. We're glowing bright. Together we rise into the night. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our when the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, turn it all around. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame.
Fam, forgive me. I'm going to stop it right there. After the last two versions of this that we just listened to, this does not compare. As a matter of fact, I think this one needs to hit the trash heap. I don't know if anybody feels any differently than I do on this one, but after the last two, this just doesn't have any punch. It had that one emotional point where it hit that super high note vocally, and that was it. Everything else feels very flat to me as a result. I don't know how you all feel. Yeah, I'm hearing like the Knight Rider vibes and all that. If it was an entrance to an 80s show, Wouldn't matter, but yeah. Yeah, it falls flat. It falls flat. It just doesn't have the same punch. And again, with the other two versions that we have that are so good, no. One of the things that I've told myself with Suno over and over again is to not compromise. If I don't get something that sends me soaring, it's worth taking another pass. As frustrating as it might get sometimes. There's been songs that it's taken me 16 passes to get right. Doesn't happen often. But sometimes, again, it just feels like maybe the AI is phoning it in that day. Something I put in a prompt isn't registering right. There could be a number of things. But yeah, why settle? Why settle if you're not happy with it? So I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. Okay. Yep, that's the one that we wanted to save. This one here is the one that was just playing that was mediocre. All right. So fam, we have our final synthwave version and an extra night drive version, which is awesome. We have one version of the trance that we already published and another one that we're going to be able to use in our playlists. Now we have to attack swing. Again, fam, same lyrics, but completely different prompts. The nice thing about swing songs, they're faster to produce because they're shorter usually. So this time around, we're going to be jumping in with big band brass stabs, full male and female choruses in this one, full brass sections, call and response backing, which is where you'll hear one set of horns play, and then it sounds like the other set of horns is responding back. That's what call and response is. Lots of playful vocals in this one. We wanted to have some real fun with this, was the idea. The other unique part about these is that both of these have scat versions in them, or scat endings, basically. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Suno handles that. This might take a couple of passes to make it really work the way we want to. I might have to add in a couple of more instrumental breaks or otherwise just to kind of extend the song out a little bit too and give it a little bit more of a fluid feel, but we'll see. We'll see. Jared, how are you? The Kenny G version. Oh my gosh. It did start good. It started good, and then it just kind of fell flat. But yes, the version with the sax in it, which is the night drive version again, fab. And the other one we ran, fantastic. Fantastic. We're actually, it's like we're getting 2 good songs for every 6 we produce, like songs we really, really like. That works. That works. All right. So here is the first electro-swing version of Love's Theme.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong? Lift your eyes, hear the band in the air. You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, the lights all shine. We swing together, your hand in mine. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family.
When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, spin you round. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same.
Look around you, the lights all shine. So bright. We swing together, your hand in mine. Tonight, hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose
Not exactly what I had in mind, but if nothing else, it is absolutely fun. Wow. And it handled the scat version really well. I'm going to try, fam, before, I'm going to actually bring the background music back up for a second. Before we listen to the next version, I'm going to change a couple of prompts and get 2 more versions out of it and try to dial it in a touch, because I can already see a couple of things it's trying to do, and I'd like to see if I can fix those. So, it was, oh yeah, Jared. Fun, absolutely. Absolutely. If nothing else, I'll leave it in the backgrounds and I'll publish it so you all can go listen to it. Because if nothing else, it's just a fun version of the song. Again, not exactly what I was going for. Got close, though. It got very close. But I'm going to try to rework this a tad. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Why is this? Wait a minute. Am I looking at the wrong spot? Oh, here we go. Use styles and lyrics. That's what I needed. Okay. Female solo, light brass backing. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put male and female. Vocal backups. I'm going to try changing that a little bit. It's having problems picking up full male and female chorus for some reason. It's been doing this all day, so. And I'm going to switch these over to male solo. Let's see, male and female vocal backups, male solo, male and female backups, scat female vocals with brass hits fading. I'm going to try adding the word vocals to the end of these, where I don't have them already anyway. Just see if that helps. With brass hits fading. Everything else is good. Okay. For the remixes, we'll stick with what we usually stick with. We'll leave that at weirdness at 60. Style influence on this one, I'm going to make it a bit stronger this time. I'm going to go up to 90 and leave it a little bit less playroom. I just want to see what it does. Because it missed an awful lot of my prompts with that one. Again, still a fun version, no complaints, but it missed an awful lot, so. The scat section was a surprise. It did much, it even improvised, which it doesn't always do. But it gave us some improvisation in there as well, which really helped. And I'm adding the next version has a scat. Every one of these has a scat version in it, or a scat section in it. So we'll see. We'll see. And I got those 2 remixes. Those are already cooking, fam. Let's listen to the next version. That last one is a contender, and it's, again, fun no matter what. But let's see what we get with this.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong? Lift your eyes, hear the band in the air. You are never alone, we are there.
I want you all to know that whatever happens next, I'm all in. If any of this is as good as that intro was, this will be the only time I stop the song. Let's keep going.
Look around you, the lights all shine. We swing together, your hand in mine. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, spin you round. We'll rise as one, the crowd of flame. Together we'll never be the same. Look around you, the lights all shine. So bright. We swing together, your hand in mine. Tonight. Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own family.
Yes. Yes. Not exactly what we were going for, but even better than the first version. Will version 3 be even better than version 2? We're about to find out. Shaddy, how are you? Welcome in. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great intro, great start. As Jaron pointed out, trombone solo, which was not written in there, but I'll take it. I love trombone. That's what I played. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be interested to see. I will name this. I will call this the even better version. Just so we don't lose track of which ones are which. You make sure I hit enter on that too so that it saves. 2 more versions of the song, fam, both of which just a little over 2 minutes long still, which is fine. Oh, did I? Oh, no, those are still there. Okay. For a minute there, it looked like I lost one of them. Jaron, the idea has crossed my mind, but it has to be Electro-Swing. Actually, I'll let you in on a little secret. Way back, when PLUR was in full swing, when I was doing it in the old style all the time, an Electro-Swing version of that almost happened. I couldn't quite get the visuals to match up properly. Now that I'm going to be doing it in a new style, that becomes an option again. I do plan to bounce around styles. It won't just be trance, although trance will be where we start again because that's what, of course, everybody's going to come looking for at the first pass. But we will start mixing up styles and all that too. We're going to have a lot of fun with that project. That's going to be a full-blown, fun, very interactive art project when it's all said and done. But it's going to take me a little bit to get that all together. Yes, yes, I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. No dad joke here is accidental. Never, never. Okay. Anyway, fam. We have 2 more swing versions to listen to. Let's see if my rewriting the prompts just a touch made the difference. Very much to Jared's point, a .333 batting average is not bad. We've already gotten 2 good songs. I'm still looking for the one that I feel is ultimately it. But man, are we getting some fun stuff no matter what. No matter what. Let's see what this sounds like.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong.
Lift your eyes, hear the band in the air.
You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, the lights all shine.
We swing together, your hand in mine.
More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family.
When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, spin you round. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same.
Look around you, the lights all shine.
We swing together, your hand in mine.
Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own family. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Shoo-be-doo, shoo-be-doo-wop. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Family I chose. Ba-da-ba-da-da.
That's very nice.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Does anybody have any arguments? Key change and timing change. Key change and timing change. That was yes. Well, there's our answer there too. You can get key changes in the middle of the song. We'll have to see how we can make that happen. But it just did it on its own and a tempo change. That means we can do that too. This just keeps getting better and better. But that version is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get in here real quick, fam. I will relabel this. Now, I am going to label it final version. However, let me back out. We have one more version to listen to. Now, every single time we've been saying, wow, the bar got raised, the bar got raised, the bar got raised. Will this version be better than the last one? That's going to be a stretch. But we'll see. We'll see what we get. And this isn't even my final form. I know. I know. This is like, actually, Alfie, yeah, this is like second breakfast, isn't it? This whole set, like these last 4, have each one's been better than the last one. And I love it when we have that going on. That's going to leave me a few I can just publish right to Suno, too, which is nice. Very, very nice. These have all been good, at least good, if not fantastic. All right. Last one. Let's see what we get.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong? Lift your eyes, hear the band in the air. You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, the lights all shine. We swing together, your hand in mine. More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own
When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher, spin you round. We'll rise as one, the crowd, the flame. Together we'll never be the same.
Look around you, the lights all shine. We swing together, your hand in mine.
Hands in the air, it's plain to see. We chose our own family.
Family I chose.
Is it fun? Yes. Is it exciting? Actually, it is. Is it better than the last version? Absolutely not. Nah. Good though. Good though. Well, we'll add it. We'll add it as the Suno version, and we'll actually publish this one. What we're gonna do is we'll do. We'll call it the Suno Swing version. We will publish it. Okay. Let's see. More options. I do not want to allow a remix of that at this point.
So strong. Where do you go when no one is there and no one's
And let's replace this with an image of a neon trombone, shall we? The stuff I do on YouTube and all that, fam, I'll actually go in and make graphics for those. But for the stuff we publish to Suno, yeah, see, that's perfect. That's perfect.
We are with you when push comes to shove. We're more than friends, very easy to see.
And we will also move that to the
You were there for me when
publish to Suno workspace. So we're good there.
held my hand when no one was around. Pull me up when I started.
Okay. And fam, I'm going to go ahead. Those first two versions, I'm going to go ahead and drop them because they're just not as good as the second two were. Once again, not putting the guide rails on can be a problem with what gets produced. It actually becomes more generic that way, which I find really interesting. And by guide rails, I mean the styles to avoid. That's very, very, very critical. Give me one sec here, fam, because I have a couple other questions that I wanted to answer that popped up in chat, and I will take care of that in just a second. But there's our power ballad version. And then the trance version is actually is already in the on deck list, so we're good to go. Oh, and there's a bunch in here that I meant to delete out and I never did. These were, fam, all these ones labeled in development or ID, these were all bad experiments that did not work out the way we intended. That's why they've just been sitting here like this, and this is why I'm just happily deleting them right out, because we do not need these anymore. We really do not. Okay. A sea shanty? No. And no, a death metal? Nah. Of a love anthem? No. There's a few songs that I could think of that we could put death metal to, including if we want to write another version of Nuts. I think death metal Nuts would be very appropriate. Can you imagine? What a concept. Death metal Nuts. Actually, death metal Nuts does sound pretty awesome. That actually sounds like it could be a lot of fun. But we have so many versions of Nuts already. I gotta admit, I'm a little nutted out. Which sounds really bad, but you know where I'm coming from with that. The original one was. The very original Nuts was very close to death metal anyway. That's the actual version that's going to play in the main game. The other version that we wrote the other day, the piano version that I played for you all, for those of you that were there, that's part of Damage's Rift. So we have two different versions of it. Now, it doesn't mean, since this has become kind of a running gag, that we won't have other versions of that song popping up in different places. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. There we go. Now, Farrad, along the lines of what you were talking about, by the way, of not knowing musical terms, you have access to a lot of free AI out there that will easily help you with that. Whether you use Google's Gemini, whether you use what I use, ChatGPT, either the paid or free version, all you do is go to the AI and say, I want to write a song with this, it's this kind of song and this kind of emotion. So in other words, I'm trying to write, and be as specific with it as you can, okay? I'm trying to write an 80s power ballad that's really synth driven or has that 80s sound. Can you suggest a key and modal, spelled M-O-D-A-L? Please suggest a key and modal you think would be good for that. That in and of itself is a game changer. That's what it's actually looking for. Because if it knows a key and a modal, which tells it what notes to hit, suddenly what you write through AI is going to completely change. That was some of the best advice I was ever given, by the way. When we were still really learning and really new with it. Get a key and a modal in there. It changes everything, and it truly does. It's one of the biggest things you can do to change over what your music sounds like and get it much more in line with what you want. And then what I've been doing is every time it suggests a modal, I ask it to refresh my memory as to what that modal does. So there's been a number of songs that we've written, whether we use Dorian or Phrygian or whatever, and I'll ask it to, again, refresh my memory. Like, what is that again? Is that like a natural minor key, or how does that work out? And it'll tell you, and then you learn more along the lines. And then you get a better idea, too. I'm trying to write this kind of song. What kind of key and what kind of modal would work really well for it? And the more you learn about it, the easier it is for you to come up with that on your own or have discussions with the AI about which one you should use. Let the AI teach you. There's already a good number of things I don't ask the AI for anymore because I've learned at this point. And yes, as Freaker says, absolutely. Experiment, experiment, experiment. We'll never be able to stress that enough. Ever. A lot of what I've learned is through experimenting, and I will continue to always show you all and teach you all what I've learned, what I'm working on. Absolutely. But again, getting in there and actually experimenting with it, there's no replacement for that. There really isn't. A lot of it, again, once we figured out that we could really start to craft the music through the lyrics and all that and tell it where we wanted certain things to happen, that made a big difference. I am going to start playing around a little bit, though, with key and tempo changes. So far, the only tempo change I was ever able to make happen was I wrote into the prompt that I wanted the song to slowly speed up throughout the progression of the song, and it got faster and faster. And that's the song that actually became Squirrel's Boss Battle. It speeds up eventually over time. Now, I don't know if I'll ultimately end up using that in the game, but I'll end up using either that or something similar. So, but yes, key and modal. The very first thing you do when you're starting out with basics, very first thing you do is make sure you tell it, give it an adjective, a genre, and what the song is about. Those are the first three things you focus on. Once you've done that and gotten the results, then move yourself to phase 2 of your learning journey and start adding keys and modals. After that, start writing in various things you can drop into the prompts. I want to add more synth pads. I want to have a guitar solo here. Whatever it is you want to do, write it in and see how the prompts handle it. And better yet, do it 4 or 5 times and see how differently it handles the prompts each time. What is always reliable and what is subject to the AI's interpretation. And then you just take it from there. Looking at what we've got here now, fam, I could actually expand this out full. Final version, night drive version. So I'll need to create a night drive list, which is fine. Power Valid version was the synth version. And then these other 3 were, I think these were the extra ones. Because we published the other good one, I think, too. Let me just check this real quick, fam, before I start deleting stuff here. This is the other, I think, progressive trance version that we didn't ultimately go with, but was still really good. Let me just listen to this real quick, fam. Yep, that's the one. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So since we've got that one,
You might not understand her, but you'll feel the love double.
oh shoot.
Fish goes blah, 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 blah.
Which one of those three was the ultimate trance version? Or did I put that in on deck? Wait a minute, let me see if that's in on deck. It is. Melodic one version's in there. Okay, perfect. So those other three, before I confuse myself, let me do this. We're going to add this to the playlist, fam. That's going to be part of our Sunday, Wednesday playlist. And otherwise, that one's good. Which means that, okay, these three trance versions could all go away. 1, 2. We'll get rid of those. Power ballad version is the final version, so we're going to add this to Stan's list. And then I'm going to move that to On Deck. On Deck, again, fam, is the list of music to be downloaded. We're going to get it ready for YouTube, all of that. Night Drive version is going to need a special workspace. So I'm going to have to create a special list for this one, which is fine. Okay. And then this one here, this is the Electro-Swing version. So first I've got to add it to the playlist, so we will add it to Agents of Chaos. We'll also add this one to we'll add it to community music as well, and then we're going to put it on deck. And there we go, fam. They are all processed. Once I get a chance, fam, to go through the on deck and all that, I'll actually have more that gets published there as well. Everything I can publish to Suno, I will. But fam, keep in mind, even if it doesn't pop up on Suno right away, and a lot of our best tracks will not, that means that they're either being held back for the game, and we'll get to that later, or in a lot of cases, they're actually being held over that we're going to create YouTube videos out of them. So once DICR gets really into full swing and we start producing the music over there and actually publishing it, I will let you know, okay? Starting this week, I'm going to get myself into a little bit of a different routine with that. There is going to be a dedicated day where I work on nothing but music and getting the music videos done and all that. So we can get that in a spot where you can all actually listen to it and enjoy it on a regular basis. As promised, I will also, for a lot of those songs, leave the prompts so you can learn from them. I'll leave those prompts in our Discord. Dinner is done. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, so fam, it is time for us to call it a day. I want to thank everyone who was here with us today. Thank you all so much for all the fun, the love, and the laughter today. This one was an absolute blast. And we're going to be doing more of that next week, actually, fam. We're going to be writing 3 different versions of the song for Respect. And Respect is a little bit of a heavier song. I'm going to see if I can't lighten it up a little bit, but still keep the power that is in it. We'll get there, fam. I'll play you the original version next week, and then we'll start to play through what else we're going to do with it. So, Gun, of course. Thank you for being here. It was so great to have so many of you hanging out. Fam, to all of our lurkers that did not get a chance to jump in and say hello, I did see you. Thank you for being here as well, and so much love to all of you. Thank you, fam. We are going to be back, by the way, again on Tuesday. We'll be starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Listen to me. We'll be back on Tuesday starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be doing actually game dev. So we'll be over on our game dev YouTube channel, as well as right here on Twitch, showing you more of Chateau de Pluck, including the basement and the dispensary. That's right, I said dish dispensary. Wait until Tuesday. All right, fam. I'm going to take a quick look on Twitch and see who we can raid into. Fam, those of you that are with us on YouTube, of course, will not be able to raid with us. My apologies on that.
Disco's not dead, fairy faucets dancing. Disco's not dead, fairy faucets prancing. Disco's not dead, fairy faucets big hair. Disco's not dead, fairy faucets see you there.
Bear with me, fam. Just taking a quick look to see who we can go say hi to. Oh, wow. Fam, I couldn't find any of our friends up and running that we haven't raided into fairly recently. We're going to go visit somebody we haven't seen in a while. This is actually a fellow game dev working in Godot. But the last time we were over there, the game was a bit more in its infancy. And now from what I see on screen, they're working on some advanced stuff. So we're going to sneak over and take a look. Besides the fact that Covino, the last time we were over there, they were very, very nice to us. Was a great place to be able to hang out. They've been working in Godot quite a bit. So we're going to head over there. Now, fam, when we head over there, if you would, for me, please, I'm going to go ahead and drop our raid calls in chat. If you are subscribed, please use the first raid call I just dropped. If you are not subscribed, please use the second one. It's the same message, everybody. Just a matter of whether or not you have access to our emotes. Cheryl, thank you so much for doing that. And again, fam, raid has begun. Thank you all so much for being here. So much love to all of you. We will be back on Tuesday, both on the DICR YouTube channel, as well as right here on our Twitch channel. But until that time comes, please stay safe, stay healthy, and know that a big, bald, goofy comedic artist loves you dearly from the bottom of his heart. Take care, everybody, and please have an absolutely amazing night. I love all of you.